despite me calling Stigler Stilgar, like stop, despite me calling Stigler Stilgar, did it wrong again. Despite me calling Stigler Stigler,
Girl.
it doesn't mean I got it eventually. Thanks for your patience. Like it doesn't mean that I'm talking about him. I'm talking about Brad. Or I'm talking about Rich. Actually, maybe a little bit of Stigler because he laughed at Tim abusing me, and I know it's not abusing me, inconveniencing me, humiliating me in front of people. Ha ha! Isn't that great? The wind is blowing. It's not hot here.
Do you want your medicine now, or should I save it for another day and make it a little unflavored?
No. I'll take a shot. Go ahead.
So, I think you make somewhat of a controversial figure of yourself on this app by your own actions. And I think when the consequences come, you don't enjoy them. I would just recommend you take them less seriously. It's still the internet. Try giving the tutorial a chance.
Hold on. That's excellent advice. It really is good advice.
You're welcome. The invoice is in the mail.
Also, who cares?
I care because it interferes with my navigation of the app. I want to go where I want to go. I want to be where I want to be. If my friends are doing a political room, I want to be there. And so maybe I can offer a poll suggestion or a link that provides context and information. But when I'm denied access to the people that I prefer by a couple of jerks who think it's fun to poke at Monica, ha ha ha, it's annoying. And I don't think I'm as controversial as Stigler thinks I am. I just think people like a target, and I happen to provide an excellent one.
I'm not laughing at you, boo-boo.
You admit yourself that you deal in controversy.
We're doing audiobooks.
No. I think, or at least you believe they're altruistic and they're very good. But you've mentioned yourself that like you'll lean into controversial topics because you think there's value in the rational conclusion on the other end of those controversial topics, and dealing in controversy to discuss them seeds the conversation, right? But the problem is that tactic has this natural consequence where like you tend to take things very seriously and people tend to disagree with you in a maybe not so polite way, and you end up having to deal with those consequences. So you probably get more done with technique, but as a result, the nail that sticks out gets hammered, you know?
Yeah, I can see that argument, and I don't think it's wholly without merit. And also, people don't pay attention. I'm the poster kid for the KKK, and I think racism is important. I don't like racist people. I live because bigots deserve to breathe too, as long as they're not enacting violence upon people. But it doesn't mean I support or encourage them. So one of the most frustrating things about our dialogues on the internet is you question something horrible that people said someone did, like Trump's now a pedophile apparently, and you're asking for more information, and then you suddenly become a pedophile apologist, and then suddenly you're a pedophile. We have no critical thinking. We've got to do better.
Well, this is a struggle for me because I have some contentions with your position in people adjusting their behavior in certain groups. While I love you. You are single-handedly one of the most precious people on this app to me. I don't enjoy seeing you be abused by other people. I don't enjoy seeing people make you feel embarrassed or humiliated or any of the things. I also have expressed that to you, and you're like, I'm going to move the way that I'm going to move on this app. But the flip side of that is I don't, particularly with topics, don't particularly enjoy echo chambers. I want people that I don't disagree with. And if we take the two extreme components out of this scenario and we look at people like Stilgar and we look at people like Jane, I don't bounce around in 50 rooms. We're in this room all freaking day long. I'm here. So when people like Jane come here to see me and you're like, what are you doing here? You're not nice to me in that room. How dare you be here?
That's not fair. I haven't done
That is fair.
No, it's not. I haven't done that for months. I welcomed Jane in and I asked you to make her a moderator. Stop it. Update
Just
the
recently,
profile.
yes. Just recently, yes, ma'am.
Over the last 6 months.
She hasn't been in here in the last 6 months. She doesn't come anymore because
That's not my fault.
every time she came, she was accosted. Well, you don't get to come in here and kiki it up with me when you treat me so egregiously out there.
And then when you told me, Monica, I like Jane. I like her in our rooms. Okay, Monica, I like Stilgar. I want him in our rooms. Okay.
Oh my God, Rico, I'm gonna kick you because you're just fucking obnoxious. If I said I want people that I said I don't agree with, but if I said disagree, it was a misspeak. Hello? The fact that you're in here every motherfucking day, I think warrants the fact that I don't mind people being in here that I don't agree with because I think you're a fucking loser. And I tolerate your bullshit in this room, your disruption, your fucking asinine ideas day after motherfucking day. I don't mind so kiss my white ass, Rico. Kiss it, okay? And shut the fuck up.
And that's
So
your
anyway.
second
Oh my
warning.
God.
That's your
Please
second
tell me that was
warning.
recorded. That was incredible.
I know who Rico is, but I like it.
So that's your second warning, Rico. Your third one gets you bounced from the room, and we'll try again tomorrow.
Look at these feminists trying to cook everyone.
Well, open up.
Please don't.
And so Jane, and so Stilgar, and Stilgar got a mod back a couple of times. Stilgar is a great mod when he doesn't bother me. And when he doesn't bother me, we get along okay. And I told Tiffany the other day, I consider Stilgar like a kind of a brother, annoying little brother.
Hit me a green bean right now and I'll do something hilarious.
You don't get to mess with my karma, Stilgar. So anyway,
Oh my goodness, they're worried about the karma? They're cucking themselves now.
but Brad is different. You can think I meant only the clubhouse karma, but you'd be wrong. But go ahead and think that. Brad was too much, and that was a mistake on my part. Brad was too much, especially after him blocking me out of the room where all the people were last night. So now Brad's lost. So that problem. Rich was a lot. Rich was a whole lot this morning. So that's where all this emotions come.
But see, I don't think Rich was a lot this morning. On any other given day, I'd say Rich was a lot. Like this morning, I felt like Rich came in and he just participated in the conversation and he wasn't particularly, he wasn't like poking at people and trying to disrupt. Like he actually engaged and carried on conversation, not with me, which I don't. But he was interacting and he was engaged with people and they were talking and there was no drama. And in a case like that, like I don't care about him being here in that case. I think when you care about him being here in that case, that's when you're going to get the disruption and the what can I do to turn your room upside down because, you wouldn't let me play on the playground. Like it's freaking childish antics.
You know the story of the Damocles sword that dangles over someone's head and it's Oh, that's Rich.
I think that's hyperbolic. When Rich comes in here,
Exactly
when
right.
Rich comes in here and he's messy, he gets thrown to the goo or he gets thrown out of the room. When Rich comes in here and he acts like a freaking person, he gets to participate and play with everybody else because he can show that he can, contribute to the conversation. I don't have a problem with that.
He said I was the worst person on the app, and he was going to do everything he could do to get me removed.
He said the same thing about me.
Wait,
He said I was getting my account flipped.
Monica, who said you're the worst person on the app?
Rich.
Right. Who said it?
Can I interrupt for a quick programming note? So we're gonna have at 5 o'clock today a social hour where we play this very funny game that was just created and tested a few days ago. And version 2 has soft launched this morning, but I haven't tested it with any real people. So I'm going to start a room right now to test it with a few people. If I could have a couple volunteers just find the room that I'm going to start in about 1 minute.
Or you
Please.
can
And test it.
email me the link, and I can advertise it for you directly.
Yeah, I just need about.
I think it's important to know you need to have 2 devices to
Yes,
test the game.
yes.
One device to do the game on and one device to talk on Clubhouse.
Thank you. Yeah, so have a laptop or a tablet handy. I'll send you I'll send it in your Telegram, Monica.
Okay. And do you only want like 5 people? You don't want 15?
It could be more. I would say minimum 5. It could be more, and then we're gonna do the big full game tonight.
Yeah, you have to be in a place where you can talk because everyone shares a question and everyone shares a So keep that in mind. Because the games are spicy.
If that's the case, you should let Rico up.
Okay, alright, so I will send you the link, Monica. I'll send you the link, Serendipity. Send you the link,
suck your dick.
Liberty, and I'll send
Okay,
Stilgar. If you still have the same Signal account, I'll send it to you also because I think you would be good at
I
it.
do, yeah. Yeah, and I'll be in a hotel room at 5 o'clock this evening, and this sounds infinitely better than watching the Shark Tank, so.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so back to apologies, and then I'll go on mute. And Bloom can return to his conversation about We the People Airlines, and if it's a good idea or not, because I think it's kind of charming. I'm excited when I see, what did Vero say? I've got red, white, and blue flowing through my veins because of this. So exciting. America! Oh, America!
With the We the People airplane, you're ever gonna get Kamala? Or
When the means of, I get really excited when the means of production's owned by the people as well.
Yes.
Are you a socialist, Keegan?
So,
Maybe.
well, I think people might be trespassed upon enough that they do deserve apologies, that their poor behavior does warrant an apology. I will pay attention if I've made demands for apologies in the future because this doesn't seem to be something that I do, but I'll pay attention to it. Thanks, Keegan, for that feedback. Silmar, I know, I just touched grass. I know I take the act too seriously. And I know that's a problem for me. And then thirdly, I'm used to wearing armor in rooms outside the rooms I moderate. I'm finding it uncomfortable and unpleasant to wear armor in here when I want to take my shoes off and get under the blanket and in the recliner and relax. So that's going to be something I need to navigate, not anyone else. Thank you guys for letting me process all of this today. I appreciate your patience.
We love you, Monica.
Vera, what do you think the odds are that we'll get this done? Because I am ready to drop $45
For a share? I would.
Yeah.
I'd get a little square. Why not?
Dry-Six Grams is at the top of the room if y'all want to go help him test the game. You do have to have a second device, and you have to be able to speak.
So. Oof. I don't have a second device. It's in my office. That's it.
Tablet, laptop, second iPhone.
All in my office.
Aw.
I'm trying to separate my work from my life right now. Okay, so I'm trying to, leave things in there and then concentrate.
go in with your eyes closed, and that way you're still separate, but
Right.
it's a fun little game, Bureau. I really think you'd love it.
Oh no, I've played. I was one
Oh,
of the first people to try it out, and so we gave them a lot of pointers. I'm excited to see the V2 for sure. Okay.
I'm sorry, when I emotionally vomit all over the stage, it's hard to clean it up and then regroup and get the topic. I apologize. Are we still at war with Iran? Wasn't the time limit up with that?
Let me see. Are we still at war with Iran?
The answer is yes, and we will be for the foreseeable future.
This is not exactly. That's crazy. The U.S. and Iran were actively in a war early in 2026. Major strikes. Fighting has mostly stopped under ceasefire began in April. Just a couple days ago, the U.S. government said hostiles have been "quote unquote" terminated, but it's not really over. It says they're still deployed. We have still boots on ground. Incidents are happening where there's like missile claims or naval confrontations, and it's ongoing and uncertain.
Wake me up when September ends.
I am so tired of this fucking conflict inside for me.
I am too. It's been giving me a lot of anxiety and some PTSD shit just happening here and there, especially with the recent flying too. I've been kind of, anxious.
It's Islamic fatigue.
It's war fatigue, bro. Just straight up war fatigue. I'm tired of.
The oil price is only a first order consequence. The second and third order consequences have yet to show up, and it's going to get way ugly before it gets better.
I mean, if we can get rid of some fat people in the process of all of this, I feel like that would be a net positive. Wouldn't you still, though?
I mean, look, Ozempic is already doing half the work. Starvation is going to come in for the 1-2 for the 2 side of the 1-2. Yeah, this is a looks maxing summer, I think. You haven't seen shit when it comes to food cost. It's only going to get sketchier from here. Enjoy your $22 pound of ground beef by August.
Bro, relax.
It's because he's going to be a vegan.
No, I haven't eaten meat since fucking, I don't know, a decade now, okay? So relax. You're so pessimistic. Everything, I could be like, oh man, the sun is shining, it's a beautiful day,
It's gonna
and you'd be like, it's gonna explode, bro. It's gonna burn you.
Forgive me, as a millennial who is on his, 7th world-ending catastrophe.
Right. Someone was telling me how, even in the room, there was like, it's a little irrational to be afraid of flights. Or was that you, maybe? But the thing is, I don't think people realize, because when COVID happened, when Daddy Trump closed everything down, everything, I was in Scotland, and I could not get home. And so now, you can't tell me shit's not gonna go right, because one day a global pandemic happened and I couldn't get home. So now flying gives me anxiety.
Oh, air travel is definitely going to be a giant mess in the coming months. Aviation fuel is becoming very hard to come by, very expensive. Domestic, short-haul flights are getting canceled across the country. It's worse in Europe at the moment, but they're just the canary in the coal mine. Will be next. Transatlantic, Trans-Pacific aren't that bad, but it's coming. This will probably be one of the lowest summer travel seasons we've seen in probably a couple decades, COVID notwithstanding. So, yeah, I mean, the whole world order is totally upset. Shit, but, fuck it. If the sky's always falling, who gives a fuck,
Stilgar, I feel like the one positive thing out of this, at least for Los Angeles, with everybody converging here for the World Cup is maybe people will stay. They've made the tickets so unaffordable for people to even go that live here to begin with. So maybe they'll just stay home. I think that we could survive with a little bit less travel tourism this year. Traffic's going to be better, getting to work.
That's what
I
I
feel
feel
like
this Europe trip I'm taking. It's
Yeah.
I expect everything to be kind of chilled out.
But don't forget about the Olympics too. You got that coming.
Yeah, and hopefully more people will stay home. And if I absolutely have to go somewhere, it's like a 3.5 hour drive. There's nothing really that I need to see in the rest of the country for the time being. And even if I do, I have no problem driving there. I've driven from Santa Monica to Miami. So
Do they have no train yet?
I'm not taking the train. I don't do the
Yeah,
train.
but they have the high-speed train.
I'm not taking the train. So I would prefer to drive.
We are 38
versus taking the train. Regional commuting, to Stilgar's point earlier about the high-speed train, I definitely agree with that. I cannot wait for them to actually, bring that to fruition here in California. It would save people godless amounts of time, in traffic. But aside from that, going from one end of the coast to the other, no, I'm